Welcome to Spotlight on Lakewood. I'm Mayor Adam Paul, and it's that time of year when we begin to decorate our houses in celebration of the holidays. Here at the City of Lakewood, our greenhouse experts grow beautiful plants and help to decorate the city offices throughout Lakewood. I'm joined by a special guest who's been with me before when we were doing some work over at Kendrick Lakes. Keely Foster, how are you?
I'm good. How are you today, Mayor Paul?
I'm good. So Keely is a greenhouse lead and helps to see that these beautiful plants that we're going to talk about grow and become what they are today. So tell me a little bit, when do you start this process of growing poinsettias?
We actually start this process in August. So we get our chrysanthemums and our poinsettias the first week in August, and we grow them for 4 months.
So is it cheaper to grow them, to start them in August?
It is more cost effective for the city to do that. We grow 850 poinsettias, so you could imagine how pricey that could get if we were to buy them at full size.
So do you start with seedlings?
We actually get little cuttings in. They're about 2 inch tall, and then they have a strict fertilizer program, and we start that almost immediately, and then we grow them for the 4 months.
So do you ever get to hear feedback from the residents who come in and see them placed throughout?
Absolutely. We get great feedback. People are counting down to this time of year, and as soon as we bring them into the city buildings, we call it coloring the city, and citizens and employees are ecstatic.
So with 850 of them, you try to spread them throughout. How long does it take for them to bloom?
It takes about a month for them to bloom. So at the beginning of November, we drop the temperatures in the greenhouse to 62 degrees, and that initiates the color changing process.
So once somebody takes them home and we get through December, how long could you actually keep one alive?
Oh gosh, you could keep one alive for years.
Okay.
You have to be very patient with them though. They are a tropical plant, so they do like to be in warm conditions, probably nothing below 50 degrees. They'd like a sunny location. They will lose all of their leaves. But if you're patient, they'll grow them all back, and then to initiate the color process, they need 6 hours of light. So to give them 16 hours of darkness, you could put them in a closet or cover them with a box.
So I've also heard too that you should not direct water them and you should do them from the root. Is that accurate?
It helps. They don't like what's called wet feet. I know we talked about that when we did the xeric planting, but they do like moist soil. So it's kind of, you just got to keep an eye on them so they're not sitting in too much water.
Okay. So if the residents want to come out and see these beautiful plants that you and your team grow, clearly we're here at Civic Center. Where else can they see them?
We put them at all the rec centers throughout the city of Lakewood, as well as a couple of the community centers, the police station, and the cultural center.
Well, this is perfect timing for us to be sitting down because I know that you build a tree out of poinsettias, and I would love to help.
We would love your help.
All right, let's do it.
Let's get started.
Great. All right, so we're going to start putting together our poinsettia Christmas tree. Do you know how long we've been doing this at the city?
For about 20 years, give or take a few years. I know this building's about 17 years old.
So when we start on the bottom ring, do we use different sizes, or how's this all work?
Essentially what we do, we have a nice circular frame. We put these rings around the tree, and then we put these buckets in here to hold the poinsettias. And essentially we just start from the bottom and work our way up.
Do you know how many poinsettias will be on the tree when finished? Or maybe that's a good quiz for the citizens.
65 poinsettias.
65.
Mm-hmm. And that doesn't include the ones at the base. So we'll have about 75 poinsettias here.
And how often will you be watering it?
We will be responsible for watering Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So 3 times a week we'll come check on it.
All right, well, we are almost done. Look how beautiful this tree is. And then I think there's one final step, Keely. What do we got?
This here is called White Star, so I figured it'd be a great variety for the top of our tree.
That is beautiful. Get that on top. And there we go. 2017 holiday tree is complete. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Spotlight on Lakewood. From our family here at the City of Lakewood, on behalf of the City Council and our wonderful employees, we wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday Season.